Before, I've had several requests, but I'm going to carry on. Come here. I want to thank Nathan and John Farry for asking me to come out here. It's absolutely fantastic, and I can understand why you all just have such a great time. And all the people that work here, all the guys, Jinxie, Rob, everybody that looks after is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it just reminds me so much of home. And Anne as well, who I had the pleasure of. The last time I was down in Killarney, mind you, I don't know whether she had drink taken, but I definitely had. But come here, now several people, and I said, that's why I brought the cap. I was going to do a wee story now. And it's a lovely story. It's actually a little poem. It's a little poem, and it tells a wonderful story. It's called "Holiday in the Sun." I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. And well, if you've heard it before, I can assure you're going to hear it again. That's for sure. But for those who haven't heard it, it's a lovely, it's a sad, it actually tells a story of a couple in Ireland, back in Ireland. They're both in their late 70s. And they've never been abroad. They've never been on one of these holidays before. And one day she takes a notion, now they're 78, One day she takes a notion, she wants to go on a holiday in the sun. And he doesn't want to know. And you know yourself, all you have to do is mention it, man, and she has it already booked, And the story is told from the man's point of view. He says, me and the wife were chatting. It's about a year ago or more, about all the good times that we had and what the future held in store. And says she, now, Pat, don't get me wrong, but of all the things we've done, the one thing my heart is longing for is a holiday in the sun. She says, for lately I've been dreaming that I'm on this big jet plane and I'm landing in this country where there's no such thing as rain. And I'm lying on a sandy beach with a good book in my hand and I'm wearing my bikini. 79, I'm wearing my bikini. And my skin's a golden tan. Says, aye now, Madge, it's just a dream. Would you have a bit of wit? For unless on bikini's like a parachute, you know it will not fit. And I have no time for aeroplanes that's whizzing across the sky. God would have fitted us with wings if he'd have wanted us to fly. So settle down now, woman dear, and put more turf upon the fire, for we're simple country people. We have all that we desire. Well, with that she started barging about how good she was to me and how she slaved around the farm, and of course I did agree. Well, she left me feeling guilty, and in the end she won me round. And next morning, bright and early, me and her we hit the town. Straight to the travel agents, enjoy. Straight to the travel agents. Madge did promptly go. Well, I had given my commitment, sure I couldn't tell her no. And in less than 20 minutes, with a twinkle in her eye, says she were for Torremolinos the first week in July. Oh boy, she was so excited. She says, I can hardly wait. And we'll have to buy some suntan oil to protect us from the heat. Well, I followed her around the town till my 2 feet they were sore. And the suntan oil bought in gallons for it would take all to cover her. Well, the weeks they went quickly by. And as the time drew near, 2 days before we were due to fly, I took the diarrhea. And Madge, she sent for a bottle out to the chemist's shop. Well then, thank God, it thickened and in the end it stopped. I was feeling rightly till me 2 feet hit on plane. And the toilet seat was where I sat till we touched down in Spain. Oh, I could hear the captain wishing all a pleasant flight. And me and me gloomy surroundings trying hard to stop the shake. Well, boys, the heat was wicked upon that foreign soil. And my arse was like a kettle that was coming to the boil. Well, the sweat was dripping off me. And on Madge I placed a curse. And then they took us off to our hotel in an air-conditioned bus. Well, thank God that we were travelling in the middle of the night. For Don Bucko, he was fully bent on driving on the right. Oh, he did not know his highway code. Oh, that's one thing for sure. Or if he drove like that round Balbuffet, he'd be called one stupid. Well, the hotel room, it was lovely. Now that I have to say. And Madge took to the singing as she put her clothes away. And then she whispered to me, This could be our second honeymoon. Well, with that, the cramps they started. Says I, where's that bottle and that spoon? Well, I toed and froed the whole night long, from the toilet to the bed. And I gazed on Madge's swimsuit and queer thoughts went through my head. For it was spread out on the table. Like a blanket on a ditch. Says I, the one that sewed it, I hope knowed how to stitch. Well, do you know I was still lying wide awake when the sun rose in the sky, and then suddenly from down below I heard a joyful cry. Well, I could be wrong, but I thought I heard the sound of water splash. So over to the balcony I did quickly dash. What a sight I see. I'll not forget. From that balcony, well, it knocked 50 years off my life. I felt like 23. For a swimming pool, half full of girls, all naked to the waist. Well, the blood went rushing through me veins. I was like a tormented beast. Well, I gazed in and eyed her, and she was still fast asleep. And my thoughts were far from Ireland and my cattle and my sheep. Well, I shaved myself in record time and I combed me lock of hair and I pulled on my brand new swimming trunks that I swore I'd never wear. Well, I might be easy going, but in certain things I'm not a fool. And in less than 30 seconds I was sitting by the pool. Gazing on all them bosoms. Oh, what a pretty sight. All colours and creations, and me a snowy white. Oh, there was big ones, there was wee ones, some that sway and some that flop. I was always taught not to stare, but somehow I couldn't stop. God says I am in heaven, and I didn't have to die. And then I thought it might be a sin, so I'll only chance one eye. And then I got chatting to this woman with her hair up in a bun. And says she, why don't you join us and have a little bit of fun? Oh God, says I would love to, but sure I can't swim a stroke. Well, she says, that's not a problem. And she put on me this rubber yoke. Keep our country down there, keep our country. Well, she pulled me round and round the pool and I kicked and I splashed away. And I thought if my farm was over here, I'd never lose a bale of hay. And then suddenly, a shadow was blocking out the sun. And Madge, she was shouting at the woman with the bun. Well, I was so embarrassed to hear her roars and bawls, and the next thing Madge was in the water, coming straight at me like Jaws. And the water had risen 3 inches round the pool. And then Madge had me by the throat, she called me a bloody fool. And she took me tightly by the arm and back up to the room. And the remainder of our holiday was spent in doom and gloom. She sat in one corner, reading a bloody book. And I sat on the balcony, with orders not to look. Oh, her gaze was piercing through me like a gun into my neck, and sure I could hear the girls below, boys, they were having crack. I was frustrated, I was tormented, I was taunted, and teased. My spirits were lower than a bull that had just been squeezed.